Që prej 1 prillit 2009, Shqipëria është anëtare me të drejtat plota e NATO-s. Zonja Ministre, si e konsideroni anëtarësimin e Shqipërisë në NATO?
NATO membership is very important for Albania, it's very important for the region, and it's very important for NATO as well. What it shows is the tremendous progress that Albania has made so far in terms of the reforms that it needed to undertake to be a contributor to the wider defence community. And I think we have seen significant contributions by Albania to peacekeeping in Chad, in Bosnia, and contributions in Afghanistan. But also we've seen the reforms within the Ministry of Defence, which show the direction in which Albania intends to move in the future. And I think that that's been reassuring to NATO partners, and it is a significant achievement to get full NATO membership.
Pra, zonja Ministre, ju nuk e shikoni vetëm këtë një çështje të arsyeve gjeopolitike që mund të ketë pasur NATO për të anëtarësuar Shqipërinë, apo e shikoni këtë dhe si një merit të reformave të përmbushura nga ana e qeverisë shqiptare?
NATO doesn't recruit members. NATO has an open door policy, and those countries that wish to join have to fulfill certain criteria. And that includes making their armed services accountable, having proper democratic underpinning of decision making. And I think that the changes that have taken place have been very important. They're changes that I think Albania would want to undertake anyway to move forward and to play its full part. But I think it's a combination of those changes which are important for Albania and meeting the kind of requirements that NATO has, as I mentioned, in terms of peacekeeping and activities of that kind. You mentioned the region. I think that having countries which are stable and can fulfill NATO criteria is important for everybody's neighbours, and that's why I think it's a welcome step from NATO's point of view as well as from Albania's point of view.
Disa lider të vendeve anëtare, zonja Ministre, thonë se sfida e vërtet për Shqipërinë fillon menjëherë pas anëtarësimit. A mund ta thoni se cila do të jetë sfida më e parë që duhet të përmbush Shqipëria në këtë funksion pas anëtarësimit në NATO? Janë zgjedhjet një sfidë e vërtet për Shqipërinë?
Well, you're quite right to say that NATO membership is not the end of a process. It's a very significant step, but obviously there are significant obligations on NATO members. And we do expect the countries that are members of NATO to prove their good democratic credentials. You have elections coming up here quite shortly. I think that a lot of people throughout the world, but particularly in NATO and in the EU as well, will be looking at those elections and will have high expectations of the democratic propriety that must surround them. We know there have been issues that have been raised about ID cards and about registration. There will be monitors looking at those elections, watching them and reporting back. And I think that it is important for Albania as a country, as well as Albania as a member of NATO, that those elections are seen to be fair and conducted in a proper way.
Zonja Ministre, a mendoni se anëtarësimi i Shqipërisë në NATO do ta përshpejtojë, le të themi në një farë mënyre, dhe integrimin e Shqipërisë në Bashkimin Evropian?
Well, I know that Albania does have ambitions and aspirations to be a member of the EU. I don't think that that's a process that will happen overnight. I think there are significant changes that will still need to be made. Changes in terms of the judicial process, changes in terms of tackling corruption, changes in terms of having the right kind of financial climate, which will allow Albania to meet all the criteria that will be necessary. I think that if Albania can do that, then I think the potential for inward investment into Albania will be very significant. I think that the tourist potential for Albania will be very important, but I think that Albania needs to consolidate the reforms that it has undertaken and take them further in order to maximise its potential. And I think that all of that progress will be taken into account when it comes to looking at EU membership.